All right. Hi, everybody. This is part one of the DJC100 final exam review. These chapters are out of order, so you'll just have to look them up. But basically, what I'm going to do is list off the chapters and a series of questions that are directly related to the questions that you'll encounter on the final exam. So let's begin at the beginning. This is a Code of Hammurabi. All right, question number one. What happens to the accuser of a crime without evidence or proof in the court of Hammurabi? Number two, who pays if a robber steals from the community, but the robber is not caught? Number three, what is the punishment if someone receives stolen property that was originally in the temple or in the court? Number four, what is the punishment if someone steals stuff from someone's home that is burning? Okay. Number five, what happens to the accuser of someone accused of a crime who decides to jump into a river and survives? Okay. These are questions related to the making and unmaking of the Magna Carta. Number one, are the three branches of American government directly related to the Magna Carta provisions? You probably are going to have to look at that a little bit closely, all right? Number two, if the Magna Carta represents a movement towards an egalitarian democratic form of government, what sort of government was it responding to? Okay, so what was the form of the British government at the time that the Magna Carta was drafted? Number three, what group really benefited directly from the signing of the Magna Carta? Remember, there are a number of interested parties in this. Number four, what are the main issues that the Magna Carta addresses related to government responsibilities? So just be clear about roughly three divisions of issues that governments typically concern themselves with. Number five, Magna Carta specified which group of people to sit in judgment of common persons. All right, so now this has been passed on down to our society, our expectations about when we go to trial, who will judge us. All right. Next chapter, the origin of civil society. This is the Rousseau chapter. Number one, what was the basic model for all political institutions according to Rousseau? Number two, what is the goal of education for citizens according to Rousseau? What's the function of education in society according to Rousseau? Number three, whose will is expressed by the general will according to Rousseau? Number four, what form does the general will take according to Rousseau? All right, so what part of society does this general will form? Number five, what is the result of a social contract by the people? So some of these questions are very closely related. So go back and review that, and you'll be clear about these questions then. Declaration of Independence is the next chapter. Number one, what were the purposes of the Declaration of Independence? Number two, where does the power of government come from according to the Declaration of Independence? Number three, when is it justifiable for a people to declare independence according to our Declaration? Number four, who was the primary author of the Declaration? Number five, what were the three inalienable rights claimed in the Declaration? All right. These are questions associated with the U.S. Constitution. Number one, what was the ruling document that was replaced by the Constitution? Number two, how many houses in Congress are organized by the Constitution? Number three, what is the Bill of Rights? Number four, what are some of the checks and balances that are built into the Constitution? Number five, what is the balance of power according to the Constitution between these three branches? Okay. Number four, this comes from Democracy in America. Number one, what were the associations described by de Tocqueville defending themselves from? Number two, How did de Tocqueville compare British aristocrats function in their society and the American associations? He draws a comparison between these different groups, contrasting them. Number 3, what was the main purpose of America's associations according to de Tocqueville? What were they trying to achieve? Number 4, what does de Tocqueville say is the problem when governments try to create civic engagement? Number 5, at the time de Tocqueville wrote, how did he characterize Europeans' experience with associations? All right, this one is on Thoreau's chapter on the duty of civil disobedience. Number 1, what modern leader best represents Thoreau's principles of civil disobedience? And there's a number of different people that may come to mind, and so the test will offer some of those up for examples and just select the ones that fit the best. Number 2, what true place does Thoreau say a just man should be in an unjust society? You can hear the train in the background. Number 3, what is the foundation of ethical action for any proponent of civil disobedience? Number 4, what events and situations were going on in America that particularly enraged Thoreau and inspired him to develop his theory of civil disobedience? Number 5, what basic actions does Thoreau recommend as the basis for civil disobedience? This is from the Souls of Black Folk. Sorry about that. All right. From the Souls of Black Folk. Number 1, what was the reaction of the dominant white culture to African American cultural contributions, according to Du Bois? Number 2, what region of the country did Du Bois associate most prominently with racial inequality? Number 3, what was the responsibility of successful African Americans according to Du Bois? Number 4, what societal action would be most responsible in reducing crime rates among all populations according to Du Bois? Or societal institution, you might think of also. Number 5, what justifications for slavery or discrimination does Du Bois argue for? Okay. Let me stop there, and I'll post this up as part 1. Okay? Part 2 will be coming.